drug.
Yeah. Well, none of us did back then. We had no idea what it was.
The guys thought, oh, it was some kind of a new protein. Well, yeah.
Did you ever train at Vince's gym?
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
The most enthusiasm was at Vince's gym. It was quite good, yeah.
You had a good group of guys there.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed. Vince was the kind of guy who looked at everything and objectified everything in a workout.
Yeah.
And he believed in the least amount of effort for the most amount of results. And that's basically what he was looking at, was maximum blood. He says, once you get maximum blood, don't go back to it again.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah. Once you got your pump and you're in there, you go beyond that, you go the other way.
He says, yeah. He says, that's all you need. You know, the idea is basically to get balance in your whole body.
Yeah.
And have the qualities of speed and grace to your body.
Right.
Your body should look racy. Even when you pose, it should have a certain grace to it.
Did you try the Blair's protein system at that time?
I did understand Blair's system, but I met Blair in Chicago when I was at the Mae West review. Rio Blair, yeah.
Rio Blair.
Irving Johnson was his name.
That's his real name. Irving, that's right, Irving Johnson. Why he picked Rio Blair, I don't know. His protein was good.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Tasted good. Now, Joe Gold, you trained down at Gold's too?
I was at Gold, but Gold wasn't when I first started with the Mae West show, I beat a lot of his friends out to come to Las Vegas for the Mae West review.
Yeah.
He and I never got along.
Well, Joe was his own person. Yeah,
guy.
cantankerous guy, exactly. But the difference between Joe and Vince, Vince literally trained people. Joe didn't.
That's correct.
Joe just had a gym.
Yes, Joe had a gym. Joe wasn't really scientific. He just liked to handle some heavy weights now and then.
Yeah.
But he wasn't really a trainer of any sorts.
No, I don't even know if anybody at Gold's was a trainer back then.
Not
Maybe
that,
Zabel.
no.
I think Zabel trained Elvis.
Zabel might have, yeah.
Yeah.
For a while, yeah.
That's about
and
it.
Funny, I talked to Elvis 2 weeks before he died on the telephone, and I was going to train him. I was going out with a girl named Dobby Wilson, and she was living with me, and she said, "You're about the only guy I know that can save Elvis, can you? I'll get him on the phone." And it took a while before she finally got him on the phone. And he said, "This is a guy named Reg Lewis." And he said, "Yeah, hi, Reg, how are you? I don't know." She told me about you. Last week she told me, "What can you do?" I said, "I can do anything you need. And I'm here. I admire you. You're my hero. You're a fabulous man. If you come out here," he said, "I'll be out there if I can make it." 3 weeks later, he was dead.
Oh, boy.
So it was one of my great disappointments that I wasn't able to train Elvis.
Yeah,
at that time.
that would have been a big one.
Yeah.
My God. Through the years, now you've trained a lot of people.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Are you still training people?
Yes.
You have a specific group of people that you cater to, or is it?
Like mostly businessmen. Fact is, that's about the only ones that can afford me. The average everyday guy cannot. And once you do that, in a sense, you have to keep your level of participation in the money bracket.
Yeah.
To a certain level. So
yeah, you can't go below. You can't go below that. That's true.
Yeah.
Even now with the personal training, I don't do that. I did it for a while. I do some wrestling stuff, but the personal training has taken a slide because the economy is so bad. People can't afford trainers.
People can't afford trainers. Yeah.
That's a luxury.
I have people call me up all the time. Can I do it for $25 an hour? I says, not right now, but I might in the future.
You never know. Now, I want to get on one more subject because bodybuilding has taken a huge change over the years.
Yes.
Just like everything else in life.
Yes, of course.
These guys today, 300 pounds and ripped, drugs, growth hormone, insulin, anything you can inject in your body.
Drugs,
Designer drugs. What do you think about today's training, today's bodybuilding compared to years ago?
It's a backward step.
It is.
Whatever happened to physical culture?
Right.
That's what it was all about, physical culture, the culture of the physical. It wasn't the idea of who's the biggest guy. And who ever studied art? Did anybody study art? I did. And I can tell you right now, none of the bodybuilders today, even perceptibly small amounts, are artistically in appearance. They're not at all a beautiful body to look at.
Right.
A pumped up body, yes, but not a beautiful body. There is nobody that has the qualities of speed and grace like Steve Reeves. And today, even today's bodybuilders, they don't even come close.
Not even close. I've said that a million times.
Yeah.
You see them down at the gym and they have clothes on. They look like gorillas walking around.
That's correct.
Because nothing fits them properly. They're huge, but huge isn't what it's about.
And they're liable to die soon, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one friend of mine. He's about 280 and he's on everything. And I hear it more on the phone with him. He has a hard time breathing. And not so much in person, but on the phone, it's gasping all the time.
That's correct, yeah.
Everything in that body grows, including the organs, the heart, and everything's compressed into a small area.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's going to kill you.
Eventually it shall.
Yeah.
And so many people died. I mean, there was one guy that I knew as wrestlers and telling me something like 55 wrestlers died within a short period of time, all on the same kind of drugs. And I said to myself, my God, if I had ever heard that when I was coming up in the bodybuilding ranks, everybody would know about it. But now, they are hiding it because people are selling proteins, vitamins, and minerals, and they're utilizing the drug bodybuilders as the avenues for sales. And the problem is, it's a lie. None of these guys are on those proper vitamins and minerals.
No.
They're on drugs.
No.
So whatever you see, it isn't the natural body.
Well, they've done that for years in magazines. They've showed guys lifting tremendous amount of weight for a picture.
Yeah.
And then they go back to the lighter weights for the workout.
Sure.
But that's what sells the magazines. That's what sells people and say, wow,
exactly.
I got to lift all that weight. I've got to take all this stuff to look like him.
Yeah.
And I had said something about the Silver Era. I did a thing about the Brunet brothers.
Oh, yeah, the Brunets.
Yeah, out of Canada. When I was a kid, those are the first guys I saw. These guys had good bodies.
Yes, they do.
And it inspired me to train. And Weider's ads would say, you know, pack on 20 pounds of muscle in 6 short weeks. And the packing on the muscle was a term that you pack it on.
Sure.
I mean, I thought, yeah, go down and buy my hamburger at the market and just pack it on me. And there I am, I'm all sculpted. But those guys could do a vacuum. Today they can't.
No.
You don't even see a vacuum in today's bodybuilding.
No, and you don't see the posing situation. You see a lot of constipated crab poses.
Yes, always that one.
And what happens is you don't see any beauty poses anymore.
Well, the facial expressions are different. Back then, guys would smile when they pose, and it was pleasing. Today, it's always the grimace.
Yeah.
How bad and how mean can I look?
Yeah, of course.
And it's a turnoff in bodybuilding, I think.
Whatever happened to physical culture, it means it in every way you can think of. We better find out, because a lot of people are dying because of this.
Yes.
And the women bodybuilders, they're dying also.
Oh, yeah. Well, back then, you had the women bodybuilders, but they were just a physique pose. I mean, it was like the one-piece outfits, you know?
They were glorified bodybuilders, but they were not glorified in the sense that they were going to get giant muscles and full of vascularity.
Exactly.
They were beautifully formed.
Right.
And extremely well-toned.
Right.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of it.
Well, here we are. Time moves on.
Yeah.
And we're doing what we do.
Yeah.
And we're still training, and we're still trying to stay ahead of the game.
That's the solution.
So many of our friends are gone, unfortunately.
Yes,
so many of them.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I could find you to come over here, because people have been dying to hear you talk.
Yes. I'm my pleasure. I've done all the things that you said I do, and you do the same things. So you know what it takes to basically to stay in condition and stay natural.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
Well, I'm going to post pictures of you on this video. I have a selection that we've had from way in the past that I've got out of magazines off the internet. They're really nice shots. And Reg is a wonderful man. He's a very, very smart, articulate man, and he's a very, very good friend. And I'm really, really grateful to have Reg Lewis here sitting with me today on Rick's Corner. And thank you for watching, and stay tuned next time when we bring more from the Silver Era of Bodybuilding.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Reg.
It was my pleasure.